J.D. Vance is still out there lying about this. It is fascinating how they are convinced, the Republicans, that the more they focus on black people, the better for their chances to win, apparently. But what if they're wrong? What if that's a secret trap set by the Democrats? Maybe we need to check in with somebody who's playing not one-dimensional chess, not two-dimensional chess, not 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10-dimensional chess, infinite dimensional chess. This person lives in a completely different dimension.
He's playing fractal chess.
This is Bret Weinstein with Heather Haying, figuring out and cracking the code.
The cat thing.
Yeah, the cat thing question mark.
The cat thing is the pets being eaten in Ohio by Haitian immigrants.
Okay.
Which I'm agnostic about. I think there's a terrible story to be told about the Biden administration importing immigrants into the interior and dumping them in places that have every right not to pay a disproportionate cost for illegal immigration, and it's all.
Pause it for a second. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, I have to correct this guy before he even gets to the point of what he's saying. These immigrants are not illegal. They have legal status. They are legal immigrants. They have documentation. B, the Biden administration did not dump them anywhere. They were around this country. Haitian immigrants have been in Springfield for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And what just happened was that they needed workers and there were jobs there.
Yeah, opportunity.
And they told their relatives, like, come here, you can get a job. And they went there and they got jobs. And that's why the tax base of the city is increasing.
Some of them probably went there during the Trump administration.
With 100% did. But go ahead.
To pay a disproportionate cost for illegal immigration, and it's all
not illegal.
Very hard to square with an administration that is actually in any way invested in the well-being of the republic.
As an aside, and this really is definitely an aside, I don't know anything about that story other than what I heard referenced in the debate last night, what you're talking about now. And neither of us have been to Haiti or Hispaniola at all. You've spent time in Jamaica, and we've both spent time in the Bahamas, but haven't been to Haiti, so don't know. But I've spent a lot of time on the Caribbean coast of Central America, and we spent time in the actual Caribbean. And before the first time that we together went to Madagascar, one of the things that I learned in my research was that in some of the 17 distinct tribes in Madagascar, people eat cats. And I thought this was surprising and distasteful. I didn't like it. And indeed, there was one moment when we were in Madagascar that time back in '93.
Pause it. I just want to be clear here.
Do you know where Madagascar is on a map?
I just want to be clear of something here, that it is established that this is not taken place in Springfield, Ohio, and Madagascar. Where is that near? Is that in between Cuba and Haiti?
It's in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Africa.
Oh, okay. Oh, but okay. Is that were they colonized by the French? Madagascar?
Good question.
I'm just wondering, because I'm trying to think of what someone from Madagascar would have in common with a person from Haiti.
I believe they might have also been colonized by the French. So
is that
this
it?
is a French problem.
Maybe this is a French problem. All right.
That's funny.
I see.
When we were in Madagascar that time back in '93, I think, when we were walking down some dusty road in a village, some dirt road, and I saw a cat that I wanted to pet because that's what I do with cats that I see. And as I remember it, a woman ran out of a shack nearby holding a frying pan, offering to cook this cat for me. And I thought, oh my God, that's like, no, please don't. I don't want to eat the cat. I just want to pet the cat. It struck me as so extreme then, because I'd never heard of any other culture in which that was the case. And so this strikes me as extraordinarily surprising if true, with all the caveats about I don't know this story, never been to Haiti, don't know if Haiti or the island of Hispaniola is different from the rest of the Caribbean that way, but certainly have I never run into
again, just have to say Madagascar not part of the Caribbean, but anyway.
Well, let's show a map. Let's actually pop a map up. I mean, but I mean, I
Good
can't.
pause,
Like,
bud.
I've been to a place where they ate cats, so it's quite plausible that they're doing it in Springfield.
I've been to Madagascar, so, you know, thanks for the
This is
research,
just sort of
Heather.
like, yeah, exactly. In '93, and I saw a lady. Okay, yeah, Madagascar is in red, and Haiti right where the Haiti's
there.
right there. I mean, what is that? 6 inches away?
Probably about
7 inches away? I guess it's not that
Maybe
far.
a 10-hour flight.
Yeah, no, 7 inches away. I'm just trying to hold up my fingers in between. Okay. All right, go. Continue with this insanity.
from the rest of the Caribbean that way, but certainly have I never run into any culture in the Caribbean coast of Central America, or anywhere in Central America where people are interested in eating cats.
Well,
It's just my aside.
I read the story in Madagascar differently than you do. I believe that woman would have cooked that cat for you if you had wanted it, but I don't think that's what she wanted. And
No, I agree. I don't read that. That's exactly how I read it.
Okay.
Something's going
it in
on
the
with
I don't
those
think cats are
two.
very
I'll
good
take
eating. Haiti is a desperate place. I don't know how much truth there is in any of this, but it was an interesting story. If it turns out that there's no merit to the story, then it clearly
pause it for one
reads
second.
as a trap.
And just go back a little bit. I just want to just point out, like, that exchange right there. I wonder, like, after the show, they go, honey, why did you?
Can we go back over the Madagascar cat
why
frying
did
pan
you,
story?
Like, don't you think that she would have fed me the cat?
What do you think she wanted to do?
There's tension there. That
You hate to see it.
Yeah, no, you hate to see it. I mean, look, I was once married, and the marriage ended, and I will tell you that there was a lot of instances, not specifically around cooking of cats, but
Trips to
where we had
Madagascar.
very similar dynamic. But nevertheless, that's not the point of this video. Although
That story
let me
meant so
just
much
say
to
this,
me.
But let me just say this, okay? I wonder if they don't put a little argument there as a way of trapping people like us
Oh, wow, yeah.
to
Thank
make
goodness.
like that there's a problem with their relationship, and maybe way they throw us off by making us think that there might be a problem with their relationship when there really isn't a problem relationship. The way they try and throw us off from trying to figure that out is by positing that that's why the lie exists about the cats, is to convince people that it's real when in fact it's not actually real. Good.
Wanted, and
No, I agree. I don't read that. That's exactly how I read it.
I don't think cats are very good
100%.
eating. Haiti is a desperate place. I don't know how much truth there is in any of this, but it was an interesting story. If it turns out that there's no merit to the story, then it clearly reads as a trap. You know, an irresistible internet lure. But anyway, traps abound. I don't think we necessarily spot all of them, but if you were going to disrupt an enemy that was learning to think about your behind the scenes regime maintenance or regime disruption, you would figure out how to get them to trip over things like this. And so, you know, I think
It's
the
tough.
Biden death hoax is sort of the gold standard in the last several months, right?
So in other words, the conspiracy theories that he has in his head have actually been planted in his head
Yeah.
by an opponent that is actually so smart that
Has their brain chemistry down so well, it knows that the irresistible internet lure is black people eating pets.
of course
We can't resist this.
we can't resist this. It's like pure heroin.
Like a moth going right into a trap.
And the Biden people obviously know that we would fall for this, which makes me, and I do fall for it, but
It is an interesting story if it's true.
As soon as I fall for it, I realize I'm falling for it because they want me to fall for it. And
This is too good. It must be a honey trap.
but the problem is that once you realize that it's clearly been created so that I fall for it, and then I realize that they have created it for me to fall for it, then I begin to realize that they have created even that for me to fall for it, so that they're putting a trap for me to come out and say there's a trap,
It's all simulation.
which is a trap.
Yep.
But then I think maybe there's 4 traps. The first trap is thinking that Haitians are eating cats and dogs,
Which is irresistible.
which is
we
of
all
course
know that.
completely irresistible. But maybe they know I'm smart enough to realize that that's a trap.
I distrust how
And
good
so
this feels.
therefore, like this makes too much sense. But then, what if they are aware that I am that smart and would have figured out that that's a trap?
Of course they would find that
Of
out.
course they would, because they're quite aware of my existence.
And how like me and Musk are back together now.
And so therefore it could be a double trap. A trap to make me think it's a trap, even though it's real.
Man.
But then I think maybe that's a trap. So there could be a trap on top of a trap on top of a trap. I don't know. How do we even know if I remember Madagascar properly?
Yeah, the only
That
thing
could
you
be
can do
some-
is stay tuned to Bret and Heather as they try to sort all this out.
Exactly. We could tune in 6 weeks later. Well, that could be a trap too, on top of a trap.
Maybe it was a trap to think that the vaccines weren't safe to make all those people be more sort of susceptible to an illness.
And then, of course, that would help them electorally. I mean, honestly, like if you believe that the Democrats are busing in undocumented immigrants to have them line up and vote for their candidate, and yet you don't come up with the conspiracy theory that the reason why Democrats actually encourage people like Joe Rogan and Bret Weinstein to be COVID vaccines, deniers or skeptics or whatever they want to call themselves, which disproportionately ended up causing the deaths of more Republicans, or I should say in a disproportionate fashion, more Republicans died of COVID and could thereby end up helping Kamala Harris in the election. If you haven't figured that conspiracy theory out, you're missing the boat. It's just a matter of time. That is fascinating. Yeah, detour. Bret Weinstein's doing the Wallace Shawn bit from Princess Bride.
What's that bit?
That's the bit where he sits down and he's like, now you know that I know that you have switched the drinks, and therefore I should take that drink. However, you would know that I knew that, and then you would, but I mean, it's that type of thing.
You don't expect me to drink this one.
Unbelievable. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.